Canadian Football Heroes. Brought to you by Standard Life.
The Winnipeg Sun approached me and just on a lark, I guess, asked me if I'd keep a Grey Cup diary of sorts, and they told me they wanted a little edgy, a little off-kilter remarks and shoot it from the hips. I have a very dry wit. A lot of stuff I write actually is reactive. It's a perfect forum for me to respond to things instead of venting aimlessly in my locker room.
Maybe one of the most unique stories Doug Brown has had to write about is his own. This new Westminster, BC native's first love wasn't football. As a teenager, Doug was considered one of the country's top rugby players.
I always envisioned myself playing more so for maybe the Canada senior men's national rugby team as opposed to an NFL or CFL career. Just like I said, at that time in my development, I'd had a much more storied background in rugby and much more success in that sport than I ever did in football. I mean, my first couple of years at SFU was pretty rough.
After graduating from Simon Fraser University, Doug made the leap directly to the NFL, making him a rarity among Canadian-born players.
In Washington, I really got thrown into it. I'd only, up to that point, played preseason games. I made the roster. I finally, all of a sudden, I was starting. I went from, the third guy backing up our two big defensive tackles. One of them got hurt. All of a sudden, I was starting against the New York Giants. That was probably the most nervous moment of my life. Very overwhelming experience.
Doug will continue to write his column as the club makes another drive for the Cup. There's no doubt which reporter will have the inside scoop if the Bombers make it to the big game again.
As a football player, you have a different insight. I know a lot of things about the game and what goes on, be it in the locker room, on the field. It ends up being a new perspective, really. And so I just try to provide that and, kind of the player's opinion while remaining as articulate as possible, I guess.